from around the state. Your top stories on Wisconsin 360.
Good Wednesday morning. I'm Phoebe. Thursday morning. It's Thursday. Good Thursday morning. I'm Phoebe Murray, and you are watching Wisconsin 360, a daily live stream bringing you a look at developing stories in markets all across the state, plus a live check of your first alert forecast here in southern Wisconsin. Today is July 16th, so here's a look. Here's top stories starting in Madison, where we have been following some breaking news from overnight. We're learning an ATV driver is dead after they were hit by a truck driver late last night in Rock County. The crash happened just after 10 on the 8500 block of North County Highway F in the town of Fulton. Rock County Sheriff's deputies say a person driving an ATV lost control and was thrown off the vehicle, landing into traffic. A truck driver who was on the highway wasn't able to avoid that person, hit the driver, who then died at the scene. The person's name has not been released. Officials say an investigation is ongoing. A UW-Madison lab employee accused of trying to poison his coworker is set to be back in Dane County Court in just about an hour. Makoto Kuroda is charged with second-degree recklessly endangering safety. A criminal complaint said one of his coworkers smelled something strange from his office at a campus research lab in April. Lab tests showed high levels of chloroform in the employee's water bottle, with Kuroda allegedly admitting the crime to the victim. Kuroda has a preliminary hearing set for 10 this morning. The first major phase of the Alliant Energy Center's redevelopment plan is moving ahead after receiving unanimous approval last night. The project includes expanding the exhibition hall, adding a hotel connector and new pedestrian spaces, while leveling multiple county buildings to make way for these new additions. The Urban Design Commission signed off on plans to expand Exhibition Hall yesterday. Commissioners asked for revisions to the landscaping plan before construction moves forward, but also praised the project.
I think it's a really beautiful building with the massing and materials, and I feel like there's a nice dialogue between the architecture and the landscape here. So I think that's really well done.
The exhibition hall expansion is the first phase of a broader vision for Alliant Energy Center and this campus that they're looking to build, which also includes future upgrades to the Veterans Memorial Coliseum. Well, the former Oscar Mayer plant site in Madison will soon be transformed into the corporate headquarters of Rialta Fusion. The company is a Madison-based fusion energy startup founded back in 2022. The over 200,000 square foot property on Madison's north side will be converted into Rialta Fusion's offices, a manufacturing center, and a research and development facility. More than 600 jobs, new jobs, are expected to be created, while also boosting the state's carbon-free electricity efforts. And those are the top stories we're following on this Thursday morning out of the capital city. Let's now head northeast for a check of the top stories coming out of Green Bay. Here's morning anchor at BAY, Emerson Lehman.
Hi from Green Bay, I'm Emerson Lehman. Here's what's making headlines in northeast Wisconsin. In Marion, a child care crunch is getting worse as the city's last group daycare has hit capacity, and a plan to add more spots has been shut down. A second facility, ABC Childcare, is set to close at the end of August, impacting 15 to 20 kids. It will leave Marion Daycare as the only licensed group center in town. Its 30 spots are already full, and the wait list is growing. The center asked the city for a conditional use permit to expand into a home on Water Street, but the city council voted it down, citing neighbor concerns.
So I guess it's really disappointing that we came to the city with a problem and a solution, and we wanted to fix that problem, and it was turned down.
Some parents say they may have to quit their jobs or move to night shifts just to cover childcare. We reached out to all 6 Marion City Council members for comment. We have not heard back. The Appleton City Council deciding not to renew the truancy ordinance that's been in a trial period since November. It failed on a vote of 6-6. School district officials previously pushed for this ordinance to keep students in the classroom. Initial data shows improvements at the high school level since the ordinance was added, but there was a slight increase in habitual truancy for middle and elementary school students.
Some states have or are in the process of eliminating truancy as a reason to refer students to court. AASD is now choosing to go backward.
No one is here because they want students to receive citations. I believe the data presented to the Safety and Licensing Committee demonstrates exactly that. The ordinance has largely served as a deterrent.
The council also took up a resolution on automated license plate reader cameras, opting to send it back to the Safety and Licensing Committee. The ordinance would establish public oversight and accountability standards for these cameras. It comes after Mayor Jacob Woodford announced plans to stop using flock safety cameras, which happened on June 30th. The DNR has received restitution money from the case of the missing Green Lake kayaker. It was spent on new equipment that will help find missing people faster in the future. Back in August of 2024, the DNR spent 350 hours trying to find Ryan Borgwart, who was believed to have disappeared on Big Green Lake. Borgwart was ordered to pay $30,000 in restitution after being convicted of a charge related to faking his disappearance. The DNR used $9,000 of that money to buy a towfish sonar. The device is able to reach the bottom of the water where the sonar sends back data and a computer creates an image of what it's seeing. The device has already been used on 4 missions, helping find 2 missing people. That's what's making headlines here in Northeast Wisconsin. Have a great day, everybody.
Welcome back to Wisconsin 360. Let's now head to Western Wisconsin for a check of today's top stories coming out of Eau Claire. I'm going to head things over to morning anchor at 13 News, Bob Gallagher.
This is a Wisconsin 360 update from WEAU 13 News. I'm Bob Gallagher. Well, the smoke from the wildfires in northern Minnesota in the Boundary Waters was expected, but when it arrived yesterday evening, it did move in quickly. This poor air quality is forcing many to change their outdoor plans just as some big events kick off later today, like Country Jam and Rockfest. The poor air quality can make it hard to breathe for long periods outdoors, especially for people with asthma or lung and heart diseases and pregnant women and children. WEAU's John Franklin spoke with some people about how they're handling it.
Very smoky out here. Honestly, I didn't really notice it until we came down to the beach, but as you can see, it has, gotten pretty foggy, pretty smoky outside, and the smell is really strong as well. Being out here, I've noticed that a lot.
Smoke from wildfires are rolling through the valley, causing experts to worry about the air quality.
Based off of the levels that were presented, or at least when I first started seeing the alerts, it seems like it's going to be a high impact, but hopefully shorter lived event than maybe we've seen the last couple of summers.
According to the Wisconsin Department of Health Services, most of the state has unhealthy air quality and that everybody should be concerned regarding the situation with wildfire smoke.
You just want to limit your time outside when we have these types of conditions, when we have the type of smoke coming in.
Despite the warnings, the smell, and even the sight of smoke, people still want to enjoy their Wisconsin summer.
So thankfully with kayaks, we're not going fast, really not fast at all, so it should be okay for us. But even like we were talking about going tubing, and we weren't sure if we should be doing that with how low the visibility seems to be out on the water.
If you do spend time outside, the experts ask that you monitor certain symptoms and get inside if you feel unwell.
Health-wise, with poor air quality can lead to like headaches, fatigue, difficulty breathing, irritation in eyes, nose, throat, that type of thing. So it's just not going to be real pleasant overall.
For WEAU 13 News, I'm John Franklin.
And the city of Menominee is now under a boil water advisory and a total lawn watering ban. The city's water system is under strain, and Mayor Matthew Crow says that's because of high demand due to the hot and dry weather. The city is providing bottled water to some areas. The news release also says fire services could be impacted if water pressure dips too low, and people could temporarily lose water service.
I understand as a resident how frustrating and disruptive this is, as this has had an impact on my family and my household as well. I sincerely thank you for your patience, understanding, and cooperation.
And again, a boil water notice is in effect for the city right now. The irrigation ban is set to be in place until August 1st. Residents not following the ban could face a $150 fine each day. And that's a check of your news headlines in Western Wisconsin. I'm Bob Gallagher. Have a great day.
Thank you, Bob. For more on any of those stories, you can head to their website, weau.com. All right, let's now head to north central Wisconsin for a check of the top stories coming out of Wausau. Here's morning anchors Erin and Cassandra from Channel 7.
Good morning from Wausau. I'm Cassandra Cepeda.
And I'm Erin Taylor. Help is now available for those looking for federal aid from the spring storms.
There's now FEMA Disaster Center in Ringgold offering assistance to people with uninsured losses or emergency needs. The center is at the town municipal center. Staff can help victims apply for federal assistance, check the status of FEMA applications, and learn about the appeals process. FEMA assistance may include money for basic home repairs, personal property losses, and other uninsured disaster-related needs such as child care, transportation, medical, funeral, or dental expenses.
We do ask that everybody holds on to their receipts so that way they can show that if they had any emergency needs, if they had to go buy baby formula, diapers, and things like that as a result of the disaster, those are types of assistance we have as well.
The center is open 1 to 7 Monday through Friday. The deadline to apply for assistance is August 31st.
The city of Wausau is moving forward with a proposal to relocate the police department. It would move to the former UW-Stevens Point Wausau campus. Police Chief Matt Barnes says the North and South halls could provide room for expanded training, investigations, and community engagement. It could also allow the city to convert the existing police building into a central fire station.
Conversations continue over a proposed wind farm in Marathon County. Earlier this year, Alliant Energy submitted an application to place between 25 and 45 wind turbines in the southern part of the county. The Wausau Executive Committee shared some of the feedback they got about it last night at their meeting. They include wildlife impact, home values, and public health. The committee didn't make any decisions last night, but they did ask for more information to be provided before their next meeting. The annual Wisconsin State Water Ski Show Championship begins today in Wisconsin Rapids. Over 70 water skiers will perform on Lake Wazeecha to show their athleticism and creativity. Admission to the show is free, but you will have to pay for parking. Now, News Channel 7 asked about the air quality, and the tournament director said the competition will continue unless there's severe weather.
A heads up if you're heading out to Farm Tech Days today, Marshfield Clinic will not have their tent available. In a statement, they say, quote, after careful consideration, we believe this is the right decision for the health and safety of our employees, volunteers, patients, and community members. We encourage everyone attending outdoor events to monitor local air quality conditions, limit outdoor activity when appropriate, and take precautions to protect their health, end quote. The Portage County Amherst Fair kicks off tonight at the City Fairgrounds. Gates open at 5 with games, animals, and music throughout the weekend. And on Saturday, stop by for some action. A massive demolition derby will take place at 3. Day passes are $7 and weekend passes are $18. The fun runs through Sunday. Well, let's look at the top stories from across north central Wisconsin.
Have a good day.
Erin, Cassandra, thank you. For more on any of those stories, you can head to their website, WSAW.com. That's it for top stories on Wisconsin 360 this July 16th. I'm signing off, but we've got Chief Meteorologist Charlie Shortino, who's going to join you after the break, detailing today's first alert forecast. We have heat, we have humidity, and we have a whole lot of haze with some very poor air quality out in southern Wisconsin this morning. So stick around. He'll join you right after this break. Have a great day.
All right, we are back with the 15 First Alert streaming show, and have you been out there? Smoky, and that is going to continue for the morning and into the afternoon, and air quality is not great right now throughout much of southern Wisconsin. We're going to take a look at the air quality forecasts, and then we're going to take a look at the weather forecast, which continues to include warm and humid conditions across southern Wisconsin. Not as bad as it was yesterday, but still well above average as far as temperatures go and as far as the humidity is concerned. So if you are going to be out and about, not only will you be dealing with poor air quality, but also some high temperatures. So we take a look, and first of all, look toward the background. You can't see the horizon as the smoke is thick enough now that the horizon is being obscured. So far, we've reached 78 degrees for the high today. We're on our way to highs around 90. Our low this morning was 70. So, of course, we keep the First Alert Day going for today and into tomorrow. High levels of heat and humidity, maybe a late week shower or thunderstorm, including this evening and again late tomorrow. Wildfire smoke and poor air quality in the mix as well. And let's start with that. This is the smoke forecast. So this takes us through Saturday. And you can see the smoke as we start things off today. Now we're into tomorrow. It's starting to clear out. And for the most part, we'll be in much better shape once we hit mid-afternoon today with that smoke being forced to the east. But there'll be a little bit working its way in from the looks of things, even during the upcoming weekend. Here is the air quality. As of 7 a.m., 205, the air quality index, and that puts us into the very unhealthy category. And not just here in Madison, but much of southern Wisconsin. We've actually reached the hazardous level just recently, so that means we are above 250 on that air quality index. We'll go back. Again, this is 7 a.m., so very unhealthy actually goes to 300. So we are above 300 on the air quality index now. As you can see, much of south central and southeast Wisconsin in that hazardous category, the maroon, with a fairly sharp cutoff to the southwest where moderate air quality conditions persist. So this area right here is not in bad shape, and what I would expect in the hours to come, meaning through midday, early afternoon, mid-afternoon, we're going to see this smoke being forced in this direction. So as that happens, we'll get into the moderate level for air quality. So there should be some improvement. I don't think we get into the moderate level till around 3 o'clock or so this afternoon. So until then, we're going to be in much worse shape. But you can see that there is a large area, all of this area encompassed in some sort of unhealthy, very unhealthy, or hazardous level of air quality throughout southern Wisconsin. In time, though, this is all expected to push in this direction. And why is that? Well, we'll take a look at the surface map coming up. This is Friday's forecast, so we're back into unhealthy at least early, but I do think we will see moderate air quality for the better part of the day. Let's take a look at the current conditions. 78 degrees in Madison now. Visibility is down to 1 mile, and that is not fog. That is due to smoke. Dew point is fairly low at 59, so it's not bad comfort-wise out there, and there are no advisories in place for heat. Remember, yesterday we had the heat advisory. No advisories. We're not going to meet that criteria today. So this front right here, this is what is keeping the smoke in place around here, because what is happening is the smoke is coming in from this direction, but the front is keeping it from getting any farther to the south and west. So it stays in this general area between these two fronts. So this is the area that is experiencing the smoke. And what this front does will determine how much smoke we have in the days to come. So let's put it in motion. It's going to remain stationary through the day. This is 9 p.m. It's pretty much in the same spot with the front in our vicinity and at least some low-level moisture. A few of these showers and thunderstorms may pop up as we head into the evening hours. If you get any, they will be few and far between and should be pretty brief. Overnight, those will diminish quickly. Tomorrow morning, we are in sunshine. This is 9 a.m. Now watch what this front does through the day. It will be forced northeastward as a warm front. So this area is not going to be experiencing much in the way of smoke. This area will. And that smoke out ahead of the warm front. So it looks pretty smoky over the Great Lakes region again for tomorrow. The front will also bring in enough low-level moisture that I'll keep that rain in forecast Friday afternoon. By Saturday, sunshine and quiet conditions. As far as the heat index goes, I think we peak around 95 to 98 this afternoon with temperatures rising, and there are your chances of rain for this evening, 6, 7, 8 p.m. for the rain chances as we head into the evening hours. So our 7-day forecast alert day today, very warm, very humid, at least eventually. Once that front pushes a little closer to us, you'll feel more humidity and, more importantly, the smoke reducing the air quality across southern Wisconsin for today, but improvement coming in as we head through time. Below average temperatures, though, are on the way. You can see below average temperatures in this area. That's what's coming up in the 8 to 14 day cycle. So later next week and into the following week, it is looking like we will get back to more comfortable conditions across the region. So something to look forward to in the days to come. And we have some pretty decent weather from the looks of things, even for the end of the weekend and into the first part of next week. So that is your first alert forecast for today. We'll have another streaming show at 4:30 with Brian. He'll update you on the air quality again at 8:30, and I will be back tomorrow morning. We will detail the weekend forecast then. So until tomorrow, have a great day.